Hello, welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. It's now time for WNBA 4-pack with Ramon Scott. You'll find his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com, which is producing good results here in MLB and MMA here for the past 30 days. And for 2024, let's bring in Ramon right now. Ramon, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony, plenty of sports on Sunday, and we've got a 4-pack of WNBA games, maybe one of the featured attractions of the sports betting menu.
That's right. Looking forward to that. So we're already ready to roll here with WNBA. We begin here 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Dream at the Sun. We see the Sun laying 11.5, total 152.5.
Yeah, and Connecticut might have some issues coming into this one. Fortunately, they're facing an Atlanta team kind of struggling, certainly right now, having just lost to last place Dallas 85-82 on Friday. Connecticut comes in number 2 in the league, Tony, behind the Liberty, of course. They won 78-73 over Minnesota on Thursday. They trailed by 10 in that one and kept this the streak going right now. You know, Connecticut's last loss was to Atlanta back on June 28th at home, 78-74. There's like DeWanna Bonner here, Tony. It's a pretty good matchup for her, especially if Connecticut right now is having some issues here coming in. You know, Howard is out, Ariel Power is out, Jordan Canada, who barely got her season going. She's back shelved here for a little bit. Even Cheyenne Parker is now on the for this game. So I would think, Tony, here, Bonner could have a big day, but I think Atlanta here can maybe get some scoring in. Look, they're 7-12. They've lost 10 of their last 13, including 3 straight. Tyasha Harris is going to be questionable here, but I just think these numbers sometimes are getting a little bit low. Atlanta is down right now, Tony, but I'm going to look for Atlanta to get a little bit of scoring done here. Like I said, they did score 82 in that loss to Dallas, so I'm going to end up going over here. I'm looking for Bonner, though, to have a big day just because of the Connecticut personnel situation here. They're still a big double-digit favorite here, and they might get that number, but I think Atlanta's going to be able to get a little bit of offense in here. Right now, Connecticut just feels like a little bit of a soft spot.
All right, Ramon Scott, click the link below for his best bets. Dream and Sun. The pick will be over total of 152. All right, guys, use that promo code Tony T. Check out this is a 20% off all Ramon's premium pick. Here on our WNBA 4-pack as we get ready here for the next game here on the board. Wings at Aces. Aces 15-point favorite, total 176.
Yeah, so you got the Aces here against the Dallas Wings that are, struggling certainly at this point, but they were able to get that a win, obviously, and break that losing streak here when they beat Atlanta, or the slump that they're in, certainly. J.C. Sheldon finally broke out of her shooting slump for Dallas, Tony, in the game against Atlanta, made 5 3-pointers. That's what we want to see from Sheldon. I mean, that's really what they expect from her. Maybe it was a combination of just finding the right spots with her, but I would think here off of a win over Atlanta, and they've been struggling defensively. The Aces coming off that loss to LA. Could you believe that Becky Hammon ended up benching the starters, Tony? I mean, talk about the complacency of the Aces. We've mentioned it several times on the show, and basically Hammon had enough, and she feels comfortable in replacing the whole starting lineup pretty much for the third quarter, and then Vegas came out pretty strong. Starters got back in there and did it, got it done, got them back in the game. Of course, LA did prevail in overtime. I should point out. I think everyone knows that by now. So I think here Sheldon can still have a strong game offensively, but you got to figure the Aces can come back with a strong offensive performance here. Dallas allowed 104 to Phoenix on Wednesday in that home loss, so shows all their vulnerability in this one. Whether Vegas can get this big number, or they haven't been, there's no doubt about it, but the teams met back on June 5th. It was 95-81 Las Vegas, so I've got to think Vegas is getting into the 90s here. That LA game was high scoring even before the overtime. So I'm going to end up going over here. Watch also for Dallas. I think Tiara McCowan can have a big game. She was a little frustrated, I thought, in the game against Atlanta. She might have been getting the rough end of some calls. So I'm looking for McCowan to have a bounce back game. And of course, the Aces coming off a loss, I think might be a little bit freewheeling here against the weakest team in the league record wise at this point in the Dallas Wings. I'll go over.
All right, Ron Scott, click the link below for his premium picks, wings and aces to go over total of 176. Guys, remember that promo code TonyT at checkout will save you 20% off all Ramon's premium pick packages. Let's continue on here on this WNBA 4-pack as we get ready here for the next game on the board. Sky and Storm, Storm 9, total sits 165.
Yeah, the teams just met here on Friday. One of those, get 2 games in, get them out of the way, if you will. And Chicago won that one, Tony, 88-84. 30 points in the third quarter. Chicago came out and that caught the Storm a little bit by surprise, the way the Storm, had been going. They had won 8 straight games at home, but they went 3 of 19 from three-point range. Great job by the Sky. I think one thing we're seeing from the Sky is defensive intensity. They might not be the best statistically, but look, these rookies are doing a great job. Of course, I don't need to, well, maybe I do. We give a lot of great information. Everybody knows Angel Reese is on really a record-setting pace, and if she gets that double-double here, Tony, she's going to surpass Candace Parker. So, look, in a way, those 2 players, Reese, we might have some questions, but look at that passing Candace Parker. If she can get this double-double, and look at who maybe she resembles as a player. She is incredible. There's no doubt about it. So I'm going to think the Sky here off of a pair of wins. They also beat Atlanta. I know it's no great shakes, but 85-77 before the win over Chicago. And in the last game as well, Tony Kennedy Carter, who's had ups and downs certainly in her career as a player, has been suspended for basically having a bad attitude, but she really has flourished with Reese. Funny, that Carter's kind of the veteran, and Reese, she's been only in the league a few years, but Reese really brings leadership, and I think she's the one. I know it was that controversial play, Carter, with the shoulder into Clark, but right now Carter is on a career high, a career peak for her. Not just the last game with 33 points, but I think everyone sees it in her play right now, the confidence that Kennedy Carter has at this point. So I think it's a real good matchup for Reese here, Tony. The Storm did win the other meeting in Chicago, 77-68. Remember, that was first week or 2 of the season. So Sky here just won the game. I figure they'll hang within double digits again here against the Storm. Sky stock going up right now a little bit again, Tony, for the Sky.
All right, Ramon Scott, click the link below for his best bets, Sky and Storm. It'll be the Sky here at +9. All right, guys, reminder that promo code TonyT at checkout saves you 20% off all Ramon's premium pick packages. Let's continue here on this 4-pack as we get ready for the next game here on the board. It will be the Mercury at the Sparks. Mercury 3 on the road, total 167.5.
Yeah, well, the Sparks did a great job in that game against the Aces to win that game in overtime. They were winning the game for a lot of the way until the Aces kind of came back to force that overtime. It was a real strong performance for the Sparks. They're just, Miller, they're just really well coached with him, and I think that continues to be seen. Even if the team is a little bit down again here over the last season or 2, they still have games like this, and it feels like they'll still be able to have a chance here to fight their way, and maybe at least to battle for a playoff position. Now, will be some personnel issues here. Diana Taurasi has already been ruled out of this game, so we've already seen a pretty sharp move here. This one was as high as 6.5, maybe even a tick higher with the opener, but the move is clearly on the Sparks here, playing well at home. Phoenix is off a road win at Dallas, 104-96, putting up 100 there, but LA looked pretty good in that game. Like I said, I think that they might be better than their record indicates, and at home they really took a beating on that road trip, no doubt. So maybe we're getting a little bit of underlying value here with that losing streak that they have, especially the way Ari McDonald played in that game against Las Vegas, and Rakia Jackson as well. Talk about all these rookies. Jackson certainly is a top rookie, earning that she was a first round pick. So, but she looked probably as good as she did in that game, and I think her stock's going to be really, really high here as well. Phoenix has won both games. Those were at home, 92-78 and 87-68, covering the spread both times. But Phoenix could be a little bit shorthanded here, Tony, and I'm going to look for the Sparks to be able to make this a real close game. They're getting 3. They might pull off the upset again.
All right, Ron Scott, click the link below for his best bets. Mercury and Sparks. Pick here will be the Sparks at +3. All right, we got you through this 4-pack here from the WNBA for the card on Sunday. Now time to turn attention over to TonySpicks.com here. You can see Ramon enjoying a great baseball year for 2024. Also showing profit in 2024 in UFC, MMA action as well. Soccer doing great the last 30 days. All right, Ramon, big baseball card and more. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, be ready, everybody. It's Sunday, so have those plays ready to go. Probably by the time I hit the air in the morning, Tony, for the action on Sunday in Major League Baseball here at Tony'sPicks.com. Get my premium pick selections. Doing pretty well in baseball, and we'll have our picks for those day games. Make sure you note Sunday card. So let's get on board early. Check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Ride with me through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that 3-day all sports bash you see there on your screen. And you can use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages. I'll have a day-specific package tomorrow, Tony, including that Major League Baseball. This 4-game WNBA card. We've steadied the ship here, and probably roll with a couple premiums at least here with this card, the way I'm seeing it tomorrow. And also, Tony, we're underway in NBA Summer League. Not off to my usual hot start, really. Ready to go, though. Definitely watch those games, enjoyed them, and looking hard at it. I mean, there's no doubt. I looked hard at those games, and, well, the results weren't quite my way, but that's proven to be one of my best off-season sports here at Tony'sPicks.com. So be looking at those games tomorrow at the California Classic up in the Bay Area, Tony. So I think we saw some interesting, fun results today, and I think it caught everybody's eye on kind of a slow day. So at this time of year, we're definitely going to be going a few premiums in NBA Summer League. We'll catch fire there over the next week or two, especially when we get to the big tournaments here, especially down here in Las Vegas. So we'll be looking at those sports tomorrow. Tony, should be a pretty good day of sports action here at Tony'sPicks.com, and you can use that promo code, as I said, Tony T at checkout. That day-specific package, probably lump the baseball in there. I think we can get at least a 5-pack or more out of this. And for the day, especially with that other action, Tony, we might be able to roll upwards of maybe 10 plays tomorrow, a premium action here. I'm ready to go on Sunday with my high-volume approach.
That's right, guys. Got Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. You see great results here in MLB from Ramon. Click the link in the description. Land here and get signed up for Ramon's long-term passes or the day passes. Remember, the one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit or the amount purchased will be carried back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. Or remember, whatever you choose, use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off all packages. Just click the link in the description. Land right here and get signed up. Where everyone also hosts the Morning Steam live every day here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Ramon gives you a pick from every game on the major board. Also gets in there with the peripherals. It is a chat-driven show, so you folks in the chat can chime in with your picks and your suggestions for Ramon. So make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, set notifications, so when Ramon's live, you're live with him to get those picks. All right, for Ramon, I'm Tony T. We'll talk tomorrow.